So imagine this, you're running your business, the phone is ringing, emails keep piling up, clients want answers right now, yet your sales team is exhausted, your assistant is buried in tasks, and your operations are barely keeping up. You're ready to rip your own head off. And what if I told you that there's 5 types of AI agents that will replace those bottlenecks, build you $1 million business, and do all of this without hiring another employee? You'd probably say I'm crazy, but that's if you don't know what AI agents are. So we're gonna talk about that in this video. And no, I'm not talking about ChatGPT or some flashy image generator. That's the basic stuff, and we're not basic here. I'm talking about AI agents that think, act, and can make decisions like a true business partner. Probably want one of those if you don't have one yet. These are the systems that I'm seeing transform companies in real time. And I deal with a lot of companies in my consulting business. And if you're not using these AI agents, well, guess what? You're already behind. But before we dive in, let's set the stage here. There's really 3 levels of AI knowledge. Level 1, AI chat. We all know what that is, or we've at least heard about it. Tools like ChatGPT, Claude, that answers questions, things like that. Useful, but they're just surface level. And then you have level 2, which are the workflows, AI workflows. Automations that stitch tasks together. Platforms like Make.com, Zapier, N8N, or Gumloop that run processes end to end. And then you have level 3. Level 3 is exactly what this video is on, and that's AI agents. And this is where it actually gets exciting. AI agents don't just execute, they understand context and deliver outcomes. They can run your inbox, handle your scheduling, and they act as a full-on sales team with minimal input, maximum output. So how do you use them? Let's break that down in the first 5 AI agents that every business needs. I'm using them, and you should be as well. We're also going to talk about how each one can completely change your bottom line. So first up is the closer agent. Who wouldn't want more closers? Closers brings revenue into the business. And let's be honest, revenue solves problems, doesn't it? If you don't think so, well, then you're the problem. But if you can add cash flow, then you can reinvest in the business, you can scale, and you can literally fix everything else if you put your attention to it. And that's why we start with sales. So the closer agent, what can it do? Lead intelligence. Stop wasting time scraping LinkedIn, hunting emails, or manually qualifying prospects. AI scrapes, enriches, and scores leads in literal seconds. And I'm using this already in one of my businesses, and it's phenomenal. I'll tell you that. Number 2 is the closing support. Imagine having a digital researcher pull past conversations, meeting notes, and background info before every single sales call. This puts people more prepared and ready to deliver when the time calls. You show up sounding like you've known the client for years, not a couple of seconds. Number 3 on this list is qualifying bot. Voice AI can now answer missed calls, qualify prospects, and even set appointments. Picture an electrician driving between jobs. AI picks up their missed call and asks, is this an emergency? What's your budget? And a couple other questions like that. And guess what? By the time they check their phone, the lead, it's already booked. Next job, boom, here we come. So if you're still relying on 100% only human-only sales, only there because we need to get humans out of the picture, then you're leaving money on the table. Up next is the assistant agent. Here's the truth. If you don't have an assistant, you're the assistant. You're your own assistant. Imagine that. Your title's not an assistant, so let's move away from that. Get an AI agent, but guess what? Pairing humans with AI is the next level. Together, they multiply output. And this person doesn't have to clock in and clock out and worry about benefits and all of that. They work 24/7. That is the AI agent. And what could they handle? Things like email sorting, reads, organizes, responds, pulling financial emails into one folder, flagging client requests, and even drafting replies. The second, calendar management. A lot of people use calendars, and you need calendar management. Forget the back and forth scheduling nightmares, 5 or 6 emails just to get one appointment. It's crazy, right? AI optimizes your calendar around revenue producing activities. So the last on the list is bookings, travel, dinners, hotels, all of the redundant kind of minute details. The AI can handle that. And that way your human assistant, they can focus on the high EQ tasks and relationship building, negotiations, and things that actually builds relationships, furthers the business in different ways than you would think that an AI just can't do yet. And we're not talking about vacations and sick days and excuses, none of that. AI agents, they don't need any of that. They're ready to work 24/7. Third on the list is the workflow agent. Here's where most businesses stumble. Operations. I see it all the time in my consulting business. One key person leaves and suddenly your entire system collapses. But what if your systems updated themselves? The workflow agent does exactly that. System creator bot. What does that do? Oh my God. It's like it records your processes once. AI turns it into a full SOP, complete with checklists, tools like Trainual, and all of that stuff. They can automate these things for you. The second is going to be an office manager bot. Policies, schedules, expense submissions, all handled. Redundant work done. It's like having an invisible office manager that never forgets a detail. And you and I both know we've been there, having to remind people how to do their job. It's kind of annoying. Not here. It does this all the time. Customer support's last on the list. Stop wasting human hours by typing repetitive emails. So we've been there as well. AI responds instantly, escalates only when needed, and even finds opportunities to upsell or delight customers at that. And this isn't just efficiency, it's literal resilience. Your company becomes scalable, predictable, and harder to break. Fourth on the list is the Amplifier Agent. Now, even with sales teams dialed in, you need eyeballs, right? Eyeballs and fresh eyeballs into the business convert over to sales. It's literally just a big numbers game. You need attention. And how do you get that? That's where the Amplifier Agent comes in. It powers your marketing in a couple of ways. Number one, content analysis. Feed it your best and worst campaigns, and it tells you exactly why some work and why some didn't. And some of these prompts are insane in what you can put in the back end of these agents. But I digress. Number two is going to be the content checker. It ensures everything your team publishes sounds like you. That's right. Your voice, your tone, consistent everywhere. And consistency is a big part of every brand. Last is going to be content creation. And this one is a super winner. Turn one video into a newsletter, a blog, and a dozen social posts, and also a set of tweets at that, all tailored to resonate with your audience. It's called content syndication in my world, and I love it. This helps out tremendously, cutting multiple people out of the process. And here's the kicker. AI never gets writer's block. It doesn't need time to think. It doesn't need time to take bathroom breaks and smoke cigarettes and none of that stuff. No, it never burns out. It never misses deadlines, and it constantly works. Imagine having a content machine that only gets smarter with every post. Last on the list here is the best one yet, and that is the money agent. If you don't like money, you should probably click off the video right now. Here's where most entrepreneurs, they actually fail, right? Because it's the reason why businesses go broke even while revenue grows. They think that they got it figured out, but they're in the weeds of the business and they're not looking at the full landscape, the financial landscape that is, cash flow. So the money agent ensures that you're never blindsided by a couple of things. Cash flow bot, real-time monitoring and forecasting so you know what's coming in, you know what's going out, and what patterns could sink or ultimately save you when times get hard. The second on the list is the payment bot. Automates accounts payable. Drop an invoice in Slack, done, processed, approved, and completely paid without you having to deal with it at all. Just wanted to make sure you're hearing me. Last on the list, the fraud bot. And let me be the first to tell you, I've worked with Fortune 500 companies busting fraud, and it is insane. It runs rampant, and I deal with it in all of my businesses now, even when you least expect it. So what does the fraud bot do? Scans transactions for anomalies. Did someone make a weird wire transfer? It flags it before your account's drained. Did a fake ACH payment draft out of your account from ACH fraud? If you don't have security features, bonus tip, you probably have ACH fraud on your bank accounts because it can happen. It is out there. Not to mention, this isn't just about bookkeeping, right? It's about survival. And if you've ever stressed over payroll or expenses, the money agent is your lifeline. And if you say, no, that's not me, well, then your business hasn't been growing fast enough for you to be able to be stressed like that, because the majority of entrepreneurs that I talk to, they get stressed. You are responsible for all your employees, and you carry that stress home 24/7 if you're the owner of the business. So let's pull this all together. We're collapsing time here is ultimately what we're doing. And ultimately, the closer agent is going to grow revenue. right? The assistant agent gives you back your time. We want to collapse more time, and that's what all of this is doing, but the assistant agent does a lot of it for you as well. The workflow agent stabilizes your operations. The amplifier agent, what does that do? Yep, that's right, expand your outreach. And the money agent is the best of them all, and that protects and grows your financial foundation, because without it, your business goes bye-bye. So each one is powerful. Together, they're completely unstoppable. And here's the truth. AI isn't here to take your job. No, it's not. It's here to take your task from you and keep you in a job, whether that's your company or working for somebody else. The repetitive, draining work that steals all of your creativity, and ultimately the entrepreneurs who embrace this now are going to be the ones who build million-dollar businesses with others being left scrambling to catch up. So I got one important question for you to leave this video with, and it's this: which AI agent will you build first? Because if you're not already leveraging these, someone in your industry is, and it's probably your competitor, and they are going to beat you to the punch. Don't let them win the race. You need to catch up. You need to make sure that you are on the front line of being proactive with this. And in 12 months, they're going to be miles ahead while you're still stuck answering emails. So make the time now. I get it. You're probably like, well, I don't have the time to do that. One weekend is worth the entire time to set this up and get things automated so you could start collapsing time in other areas, which allow you to have more time later. And it just is a feedback loop with more and more and more time as you're collapsing time. So the hardest is right now, just getting started, right? You got to learn about it. You got to implement it. You got to figure it all out. But once you get it installed, guess what? It will work wonders. And if you want to see exactly how these structures are done inside my business, I cover some of these in our school group. I have that link below. And it's just an entrepreneurs group that we have a whole series of information, AI and not, to help you grow your business, and of course, marketing, operations, the whole 9 yards. See you on the inside. Let me know in the comments what agent you're using in your business. Type 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. Put the agent next to it. Are you using the money agent? Are you using the amplifier agent? Is it the workflow agent? Maybe you got one of your own that we didn't talk about. I'll give bonus points if you put that below. See ya.